Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm recording this Q&A. So many of you have requested to have access to it at a later time. So I'm happy to put it out there. It will be on our YouTube channel. And please, you can comment and let me know if you're interested in getting a written PDF of the questions and answers that we're going to go over. Some have been sent in to me. Some are things that I just feel are important to cover that you might want to know. And yeah, it's going to be a really incredible trip. I'm so excited to journey with a group of you to this super special, sacred, um, to the origins, to the roots of both the yoga and the Ayurvedic practice. So, yeah, follow along. I'm going to put a list in the description of the questions that we cover in the order so that if you're looking for anything in particular, you can kind of skip around and hopefully find that. So we're going to start at the very beginning. Um, I'm Avani, and I know some of you, and some of you I've spent a lot of time with. Some of you I might just know from online, from membership, from interactions online. And I have been working in the yoga and wellness field for 20 something, 20 plus years. And it is such a deeply integrated and special part of who I am, and how I live my life by these concepts, by these guidelines of yoga. And more recently, as I think is a natural way to progress, as well, just really integrating the practices of Ayurveda and the wisdom of Ayurveda into my life as well for probably like the last 8 to 10 years. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll leave it there. I could go on and on. And if you're interested more in my specific background, then you're welcome to check out my website, avanigilbert.com. There's lots more on there about my training if I haven't met you before. Um, But in a nutshell, I just love so much and I'm so passionate about both of these practices that really this journey is about um, me wanting to share it with more people, in particular, anyone that might be a little bit intimidated by going to India on their own. I know it can be kind of overwhelming. And, they say, as far as traveling goes, that India is kind of not for beginners, which I understand. You can totally do it on your own. But it's nice to go with like-minded people and for folks to go with someone that's been before that can kind of hold their hand and guide them through the process so that it can just feel a little bit more graceful, I guess. And in particular, for those that want to go specifically for authentic yoga and Ayurveda experiences, then this really is going to be the trip for you. So let's actually dive a little bit more into that. Who is this immersion for? Really, it's for anyone that wants a great depth of experience in yoga or Ayurveda, or who just wants like a nourishing reset with yoga and Ayurveda as tools. You don't need to be a yoga teacher. That's a question I'm getting a lot. Really just come with openness and curiosity. In fact, you could be completely new to both of these practices, and you will still receive an immense amount out of this journey. Um, for those that do have experience with yoga and Ayurveda, this will just be so enriching. And in fact, for those that are certified through the Yoga Alliance to teach yoga, you are able to get CECs for this trip. Um, but there's not going to be any specific like training sessions. It's all about having authenticity of experience. So we'll be practicing with the teachers at the Ayurvedic Panchakarma Center. We will be having our meditation with them. We will be receiving our Panchakarma treatments with them. There is some open shala space so that if people request some time together with me, or you want to, share, or anyone in the group wants to share anything, we will have some time to explore that. But really, the name of the game here is like just having a very authentic and very nourishing experience. So if that sounds good for you, then this trip is for you, whether you're a teacher or not, whether you're an Ayurvedic counselor or not, whether you need continuing education credits or not. Um, if you're interested in really excavating what's at the core of these practices, then this is for you. So another common question I've been getting is, what is Panchakarma? Great question. So if you have not experienced the practice of Ayurveda, or even if you have, but have not, learned about this in-depth cleansing technique of Panchakarma, essentially it's a form of Ayurvedic cleanse. It could be thought of as a reset to kind of get our system into a better or more optimal balance. So full punch karma is typically like at least 21 days long. So we're kind of going to do it's more accurately like a punch karma prep. There will be massages, herbal therapies, things like Shirodhara, the oil application on the forehead. Let's see. Your treatments are all going to be customized specifically to what your needs are. So we're not all going to even be getting the same treatments. Some might be getting steam and sauna type treatments as well. Some might be getting more dry brushing. There will be dietary recommendations. The food's incredible at this center. Um, and you will have a consultation with an Ayurvedic doctor who will assess you based on several different factors. They might do pulse reading. It might be on, your what you're presenting physically, and your treatments will come from there. Um, and it's really, really delicious and yummy. We are doing so the folks that are coming are getting treatments. I believe it's every other day. I'm going to open up the site in just a moment to give you specifics of what's included. But you will have time and space to add additional things on. And because we are going to actually be in India experiencing this, it's very, very economically accessible if you do want to add those additional treatments. So if you want to do treatments every single day for the 10 days, you will have time and space to add that on. And for anyone that can, or is interested, you can also extend your trip at the center, which I'm happy to help you do. If you have time and space to do an actual full punch karma, so at least 21 days, maybe up to 30 days at the center. If you have time to luxuriate in that, I would highly recommend. Um, okay, so let's talk about what's included. The lodging, of course, we have a few triples, some doubles, and some private accommodations available. So you can choose what's going to be the best fit for you. The meals, which are made with so much love and served in the cafeteria. So our group will be mingling with anyone else that will be staying at the Ayurveda Center. They also have high tea time in the afternoon. It's just lovely. Um, you may have specific dietary recommendations, but there's a variety of stuff available each meal. Daily yoga and meditation, your personalized panchakarma treatments. We have a few cultural excursions to sites of historical and spiritual significance within Rishikesh, and also some sites that are just fun that people definitely want to see when they're there. So we are going to be at a center situated a little ways just outside of Rishikesh, which is nice, so that we get the peace and quiet of the mountains, right? But we will go into the crazy vibration of the city of Rishikesh um, at least once or twice to enjoy and to check things out. The visas and your flights, of course, are not included. And let me just open up our page here on the site because I want to let you know exactly how many treatments are already included in the price for you. But again, you're welcome to book as many as you would like. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to scroll around too much while we're on the live call, but I believe it's five. I believe you get five treatments included, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, time and space to add on. The other thing too is that because this is really like immersion retreat style, um, you're also not required to participate or receive anything. And I say that because or oftentimes when folks are participating in like a full length Panchakarma, other than your treatments, the only thing you're doing is resting. And so if you're really feeling like, wow, it can be intense to go do a couple hours of treatment and self-care every single day. It seems like maybe not, but it can feel like a lot. And so if all you want to do is rest and nap and read and meditate, then that is also fine. That is no problem at all. Or like I said, you can add in more treatments too. Okay, so the dates. The dates of the program are January 5th through the 15th. So it's 10 nights. And the cost is between $1,500 to $2,000. It kind of just depends on your accommodation schedule or your accommodation option that you choose. Um, and any like optional add-ons that you might get into that aren't part of what La Colmena is including. Payment plans are available. Um, so if you pay in full, there is a little bit of a savings, which is cool. However, we understand that's just not an option for everybody. So payment plans are also there. And when you make your first payment, you're considered enrolled in the trip. Um, can you come alone? Absolutely. It's totally typical on the immersion experiences that I guide that folks come alone. If you want to come with a friend or a partner, that is also great. Please just contact me and let me know that you have enrolled together so that I can room you together if that is your request. Um, what's the daily schedule like is another question. So again, everything is going to be optional. Um, participate as much or as little as works for you. But in general, we will rise in the morning and have yoga and meditation. Um, after that, typically have our breakfast, and the midday portion is going to likely be everybody's treatments on most days. So some might be prior to lunch, some might be after lunch. Then we'll have a lunch break. There'll be some time to rest or open space in the shala if folks want to get together for like a Dharma talk or an additional practice, or just to hang out. We can get together in the afternoon, either in the shala. There is a pool on site as well, though it won't be quite as hot at that time of year. Um, and then some afternoons we'll have those excursions that we talked about. And then, of course, our dinner and hopefully early to bed since we're participating in Panchakarma. And that's going to be the um, general format for our day to day. There'll be a few exceptions if we do an excursion that's a little bit longer. Um, so how to prepare for the trip? This is a big question because as I mentioned, a lot of people, even if they've traveled around a bit, have heard the stories about India and how it can be a little bit intimidating for travelers, and it's loud and busy, and um, there can be a lot of um, people, particularly around some of the sites of greater importance, right? And it can be a lot. So I understand this question. Um, the best way to prepare is basically just to keep your eyes open in the inbox. You're going to get a welcome packet, things like a packing list, a recommended packing list. We will also have an optional like group preparation call. depends on where the enrollments are at. It could be like a month before, it might be 2 weeks before. I certainly want to give people time to prepare and ask questions before they're flying. Some folks might be flying there, a week or two before the trip. So um, I'll announce it with plenty of notice when we'll be having our group prep call. And also, I'm going to be here to guide you. So as questions arise, or if you're a little bit nervous, or you're like, oh my gosh, my I just got my ticket and my flight is going to be 24 hours. So what do I do? I'm here to listen and to check in with you. And I'm just, yeah, so looking forward to having this adventure with you all. Um, Signing up is super easy. You can email me. It's really simple. It's just hi@lacolmenacollective.com. You can do it right on the website if you click on the events, lacolmenacollective.com. And there's a lot more details there as well. Um, let's see. What else did I want to talk to you about today? I'm gonna go through my slides here. Oh, one of the questions was not just what is Panchakarma, but what might I expect from Panchakarma? So again, it's a Panchakarma is a very deep level of Ayurvedic cleanse. So typically we're looking at a Panchakarma, as I mentioned, for like 21 to 30 days, depending on what is happening in each person's individual system. So Panchakarma is for someone who really might be experiencing a lot of ama, a lot of toxins, a lot of health stuff, dis-ease, imbalance in the form, which we all have some. It's very, very difficult, almost impossible to achieve perfect balance in our form. And so it's appropriate for everybody. You always have a say. And it is what you can expect out of it is, these are most often called like rejuvenation practices, which is like so fitting. So the main expectation, I think, is to feel deeply nurtured and rejuvenated afterwards. And again, even though this is just like a little taste test of Panchakarma, I think it will be particularly for anyone who's hasn't done things like this before. I think just having treatments every other day will be enough for you to hopefully come out of it just feeling so rested and so taken care of. It's particularly nice for anyone that's coming from, um, you know, further in the east, like I will be, because the jet lag is real. If you're coming from Central America or the United States or Canada, um, the jet lag is going to be very real. So having that time and space to just receive and rest and be in those rejuvenative practices is going to be so nourishing. Let's see what else. Oh, another question was, what if I've never been to India before? No problem. No problem at all. In fact, I feel like this is ideal. Like if you have never been, what a better way to introduce yourself to um, this incredible place to explore the incredible culture, the sights, the smells, than to go with a group who's also interested in the same types of things that you would want to see. I mean, what better way? We're going to be working with all local teachers and guides. So, like the best of the best. If you're going to go to um, a place that can feel really hectic, what better way to do it than to be there with the local people that know what's best, what times to go, how to get to the arti, um, which roads are closed. I mean, it's endless. So if you've never been to India, no problem. We would love to have you. Um, the group size as well was another question. So um, we have capacity for up to 16. Uh, and I don't really want to open up anymore. I'd like it to stay small and intimate. Um, Yeah. So smaller than the teacher trainings for anyone that has done training with me. Um, it won't be it won't be 30, 35 people. It'll be half that or less. So small, intimate. The accommodations are um a it's within India, the place we're staying is considered a luxury Panchakarma retreat center. But it is important for, especially if you have never traveled to India, to have to manage expectations. It's beautiful, it's lovely, it has everything you need. It's simple. I say that because the word luxury is used on their website and everywhere. I've been there. I've done Panchakarma treatments there before. Had an absolutely incredible time. Was there with my whole family. Um, cannot say enough good things about it. But I do think, again, Westerners, when they hear luxury, they think something a little bit different. So it's simple, it's beautiful, has everything you need, and it's simple. There's not a lot of frills, which is perfect. That's you don't want a lot of that distraction and all the frills when you're doing something like Panchakarma. There is a pool on site. There's a like a meditation walking garden labyrinth. There's a shala space. There's a game room. There's beautiful views of the mountains. Um, yeah, it's just a really peaceful, beautiful space to be doing these treatments. Um, is this a YTT, a yoga teacher training, or a certification program? I touched on this a little bit when we talked about who is this trip for. So, no, this is not a yoga teacher training. Um, this trip was actually booked prior to the cancellation of my teacher trainings. As some of you got the memo about um, I became a stay-at-home mama, very unexpectedly, and the trainings had to be put on hold. Which is fine. That's the flow of life. And actually, to be able to roll with the punches and have that flexibility is exactly why I love and respect and seek these practices. However, so with that said, this is no longer something that is only open to folks that are doing a training or a certification. It's open to everybody, and it's open to novices in the yoga and Ayurvedic paths. It's open to people who are very experienced in the yogic and Ayurvedic paths. Um, it's open to people who don't even really know what yoga and Ayurveda are. You will all receive something out of this trip. Basically, if you have an interest in it, and particularly a call to India, this is just going to be fabulous for you. Um, just to reiterate, if you do want continuing education credits, that will be available. So I am a Yoga Alliance continuing education provider, and this will absolutely qualify you to get some continuing education credits. So we can talk about that if that is the case for you. Um, so what if you have dietary restrictions or special needs or requirements? No problem. There will be, and when you sign up, you really just send in your contact details and your payment. There will be a more thorough kind of registration slash get to know me document that goes out closer to the actual trip. Um, and that would be a great time to report those special requirements or needs to me. The way that they do their meals is that there's a variety of options. It's buffet style. It's Ayurvedic food, so everything's always labeled as far as recommendations for the dosha. If you're unsure what that means, don't worry about it. There, you're gonna have plenty of people there that can help you and guide you. Um, but people are always there and around. So if there's a particular ingredient that you're unable to have, of course we can report it, but then also someone will be there to help guide you to like which foods you might not be able to have, or if there's something special made for you. Um, as a retreat center, they are accustomed to modifying for those types of things. Um, If there are other special needs or requirements, for example, something with your accommodation, you want a particular roommate that you signed up with, you need something special in your room. You'd like to extend and stay longer. You'd like to arrive earlier and be in the same room you're going to be in, things like this. Those are also things that, as the guide, as the leader of the trip, I'm happy to be the point of contact that figures out a solution for you on those things. So, again, anyone who's done the yoga training with me, um, it's kind of like that. So you'll send in your stuff, your needs, and I will hopefully find a solution, or we will troubleshoot together. So, um, yeah, that takes care of that. So those are all of the questions that I received thus far. I am so happy to answer anything else. You can leave it in the comments on the video that I will publish here. You can email it to me. You can, yeah, I think those are the best ways. You could find us on social media as well. And I am so looking forward to taking this journey with all of you. So I hope you can join. Don't hesitate to reach out with questions and have a beautiful rest of your weekend ahead. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.